Hey guys, what's going on? Real CS here. It's just a small little Warframe video. Well, it's probably going to go 10 or 15 minutes because I'm going to try to throw in as much as possible but not overload. It's just basically a modding video. And yeah, obviously, if you want more in-depth stuff, there's plenty more other Warframe YouTube channels that you can check out. There's plenty of good ones out there. A lot of people are pretty into this game, so. I just more or less wanted to do this for a couple of my friends, and yeah, pretty much that's it. So let's get started. First things first, over on the right, you have your arsenal. You have your four main powers. Obviously, where it says Venom, Molt, Contagion, and Miasma. Those are your four main powers. Those are the ones that are only for this particular Warframe, and each Warframe has their own four independent powers that are specific to that Warframe. Below that, the health, shield, armor, things like that, right? The armor stays the same, and for what I gather is it always stays the same. And your health and your shield, it can be boosted, and it generally gets boosted by the rank of your Warframe. So every time you go up a rank, it'll give you a little bit more to add to that. And then also modding spaces on your Warframe will give you even more to add to that. And same with power, and same with stamina. And Conclave is something entirely different, which I'm not going to talk about right now. Okay, so first things first, I'll go in on the left. It says Sarah in there. I'll go into there by pressing triangle. It's going to show me a bunch of stuff right here. I've already reset her before. There's a type of way of making your guy even more powerful, but what I can do is I'll show you like this. I'll take all these off, and pretty much what happens is I took out this one right here. This one should look like, if you look in the top right corner, there's two little dashes on this one that I'm looking at right now. Those are your powers. Those are the powers that you get that are specific to this Warframe. I didn't particularly like one of her powers, and I never use it, so I decided to change the polarity. And that is, the polarities are the things that are in the top right corners, all those little symbols, and those are like offense, defense, your abilities, your powers, and stuff like that. So, and usually what happens in this situation is if you have ones with none, like these four right here, you can put any polarity in there and it won't cause you a problem. Whereas if you put the wrong polarity on one that already has a specific assigned polarity slot, then it'll cause you problems. And I'll explain that right now. On top of all these card spaces, these 10 card spaces, there's a bar there and it says 30. So what happens is, what it would really say is 15, but I have installed a supercharger for the Warframe, which doubles your, like, the amount that you can put on a Warframe. And so what happens is you install that and it doubles it, and your stuff usually maxes out at 30, but instead it'll allow you to put 60 on it, right? So at this point, I'm allowed to put 30 on because Saren has what they're called is an Orkin catalyst, or sorry, an Orkin reactor. And I'll apply this first, and then I'll just show you what that is. If you press L3, where it says swap, where it just pressed orange, to the left of that, because the Orkin reactor is already installed, it says that it's installed. You can only put one in each Warframe, and even when you reset, which I'll talk about in a second, then that'll still be there. So once you install it, it's always there, right? So pretty much what happens is each, like, I'll press on one of these polarity slots, right? These dedicated ones. This redirection, on the left are the compatible mods, like you see where it says Saren and it says compatible mods. This will show you where all the compatible mods that are specific or sorry, not specific, that are available to be used for this Warframe. Um, Pretty much, if like you have all your mods, you have plenty other mods that you can't use for this Warframe, and they won't show up here. So if you're looking through your Warframe, your mods, like if you press R3 and you see all these mods, you won't be able to use them all. Like if I look at this one, Tailwind, it's a Zephyr mod, so I wouldn't be able to use it on Saren because it's a Zephyr mod. So I hope you understand that. Um, Pretty much, we'll go back to the other page. Um, so what happens is I would pick a slot and I would put one in. And because this one is 10, like if you see where it says redirection, then it says 10, and then it shows the polarity sign there, um, it'll be 10. But because I'm picking a specific polarity slot for it, it only takes 5 off. So then when you see on your bar above that that it only takes 5 off, whereas if I was to take that off and put it on a normal one with no polarity slot, then it would cost 10 to put on there. So in reality, what you're doing is you're making it so that way um, you're using less power, so that way you're more efficient, so that way you can get more out of your Warframe. So um, pretty much, oh yeah, I'll show you what happens if you put it in the wrong slot. Um, like if I put that one in the wrong slot, it'll take off 13. So it doesn't take off so much that it totally kills you. Um, it takes off quite a bit, though. It takes off more. So it's inefficient. Like that's what I'm trying to say. So I'll take that off. And pretty much, yeah, so I've changed that polarity sign. Like if I go over to my Ember, right? I never have her like this. It always seems to click her back. I like her looking like this. I think she looks cool like in the white. Um, See, in this one, I've changed her. I have all 4 of her things up, but I've put 2 more polarity slots in, which makes her more powerful. And, I'm building up this Warframe a lot more. So, also with guns, um, pretty much the same thing. Like most guns don't come with polarity slots. Some come with 1 polarity slot, and I think there are very few that come with 2 polarity slots. And you can change your polarity slots by like see Ember is maxed out again at 30, so um, I kept her like that so I could show you guys. So what happens is when I press L3, then it says to polarize. So if I wanted to, I could press polarize. Um, oh, I haven't bought one. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I can buy one anyway. So I'll just buy one for 20 platinum, whatever, right? Platinum you can find in the store. That's the real currency. Up in the where you see my name up in the top left, and then you see the little icon with the 7. That is my mastery rank. The little blue line is once that gets fully blue, then it'll start flashing. Then you can take your test. You can only take it once a day. Um, to the right of that, the number 150,000, that's your in-game money, the stuff that you get to buy blueprints and stuff like that. And then to the right of that is your actual platinum, which you buy. It's real money. So um, just to let you know. So any one of these, even your aura card, which your aura card, you don't really have to worry about that because you're probably not going to find one of those right off the bat. And if you need to, then look on the Warframe Wikia. That has pretty much every answer for everything you want. If you want to check out what aura cards is, you can check it out there. But essentially what I could do is if I wanted to change this one, then I could change it to whatever I want, right? Or if I wanted to change one that maybe I had screwed up and I wanted to go over here and I could change this one and change it to whatever I want. Or I could go to this one and change this one to whatever I want. So essentially you can, change whatever you want, and so that way it makes your Warframe more efficient. So my suggestion, if you're going to polarize, to do something for defense or something like that, something that takes a lot of power. Like you see how these are like 10 and 8? They go from like 2 to 12, I think, the polarity amounts. Like this one's 9, this one's 7. Like this is an aura card. But you see how they're like, some of them are more, some of them are less, right? So if you want, you can use that one, like that would be a 10. So that would be a good one to put in the slot. You'd want to put it in the specific polarity slot so that way it takes off less. And that way you can get the most out of it because it's a high card, so it'll take off 5 less. Whereas if you put it in a polarity slot that has, or sorry, a non-specific polarity slot, then it'll take off the full amount, right? The 10. Whereas if you put in like a 9 one or an 8 one there, then it only take um, 4 off if you put it in a specific one, so it won't take as much off. And if you're going to put both the cards on, you might as well optimize. I hope I didn't screw that too much, but yeah. So um, that's pretty much it, I would guess. Just for like the first video, I don't want to overwhelm you. Each weapon comes with different stuff. Like this has shotgun um, mods on it, which I'm not really sure why, because it's just a gun that like shoots like a specific constant stream. But anyway, and then also there's melee cards too, which are these ones, which are stance cards, and those they they make it so that way when you hold a triangle and you pull out your primary weapon, then you can do a bunch of like little moves and stuff like that for your they're in the options menu anyway if you want to check out your specific moves to those melee those stance cards. So that's pretty much it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys one more thing because I think it's very cool, and I'm not sure whether you guys care, but I think you guys will think it's pretty cool. I've been using my codec scanner, and I finally got a scan that I wanted to get, which was cool. Look at this. I think this is awesome. This is the Stalker, and he's a Warframe that thinks that you've betrayed him. And if, I don't know, if you want me to comment on his story the next time, or you can check it up on the Wikipedia, I will, but he's pretty sick. He looks pretty awesome. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Real CS. Take it easy.